Thank you, Presiding Officer. As a co-convener of the Scots Lead cross-party group with my colleague Jackie Dunbar MSP, I am awfully chuffed to be speaking here today, and I'm going to focus my contribution on Scots. I want to see legislation endorsing the Scots Lead, and I threep that we need an Act o' the Scots Lead. The Scots Lead is mighty important as per our Scotland's cultural heirship, kithing and sang, poems and literature, and in ilka day we use and in our communities forby every day. The 2011 census speared a question anent the Scots Lead for the first time. 1.5 million folk reported that they could speak Scots, and 1.9 million cumulatively reported that they could speak, read, scrive or understand Scots. And I look for it to the results of the most recent census, and I delude, Presiding Officer, that these numbers will be more. And to see all the numbers of our folk who speak, read, scrive and understand Scots. Scots isn't just a collection of regional dialects. There is muckle history of this now evolving lead. Here's a wee quote from Scots scriver, TV presenter and broadcaster Alistair Heather. The Scots have kent that they had their own lead for the last 600 years. It's only in the last 40 that they've forgotten it. The activists for Scots will make sicker that our words will be shared in our ways. And, as I said, songs, poems, essays and on the telly, radio, social media and across the internet in many forms. Presiding Officer, here in Scotland we have soons in place names and people's names that didn't match the spellings. Culzean Castle, it's spelt Culzean. Mingus, spelt Menzies. Cargunnion, which is a village near Dalbeattie, spelt Cargunzion, and DL, which is spelt Dalziel. These are all currently misspelled because they contain the letter Yoch. The letter Yoch is the 27th letter of the Scots alphabet, and it has been lost its tint. The Yoch was replaced by the Z or the Y by early printers. So at some point in the future, we should correct this muckle mistake and bring back the letter Yoch, Presiding Officer. And as we've heard, Scots is our home language. It's one of the 3 languages in use in Scotland today. Words in Scots by the likes of Robert Burns, Walter Scott and Hugh MacDermott are scribed on the funds or the was, the foundations of this very building. Scots words are literally holding up our national parliament. The Scots Language Centre, Stand Up for Trad, the Scots Language Awards, Wee Windies, Our Vice, Scots House and ambassadors like Lenny Penny, Emma Gray, Billy Kay and my pal Susie Briggs for Galloway. She's a braw storyteller, Presiding Officer. And there's a sick few more. They help to widen access to Scots. These folk and more are doing fantastic work and they need supported. In session 4 of this Parliament, Rob Gibson MSP convened the Scots Lead cross-party group, which created the Statement of Principles to advance Scots. And as the Statement of Principles says, nobody should be penalised or pitted down for speaking Scots. There are 13 Statements of Principles here in Rob's wee red book. Some of these principles are being addressed anew. Some haven't yet though. Number 5 in the Statement of Principles shows that the Scots Lead must receive more funding and investment. Currently, the Scottish Government provides £480,000 in funding each year for the Scots Lead, compared with £29.6 million which was spent on Gaelic. In no way am I saying, Presiding Officer, that Gaelic isn't important. It absolutely is. Across Scotland, we have many historic ties to Gaelic, including place names in Galloway, in Dumfries and Galloway, where I'm from. But my ask of the Cabinet Secretary is to increase the funding for the Scots Lead to secure its future. I hope that this can be addressed in the legislation as we are moving for it. Presiding Officer, the consultation referred to by Money Folk and the Cabinet Secretary the day, which I encourage folk to have their say on, you have until midnight on the 17th. It provides an exciting opportunity to create a sustainable future for Scots. We We need to enhance the work of the Scots organisations. We need to bolster the use of Scots in education, and we need to invest in Scots to make sicker its future. Pursuing an Act of the Scots Lead is key to helping deliver the recognition that activists have been working on for many a year. The Scots Lead activists are doing a phenomenal job, and an Act and a funding support is crucial to deliver education and awareness in Scots. As the old Scots saying goes, tak tint or it's tint, take care or it's lost, Presiding Officer. So in closing, Presiding Officer, I asked if the Cabinet Secretary will comment on whether a board and a Gaelic equivalent for the Scots Lead is needed, or will the existing established bodies, like the Scots Language Centre, can that be a vehicle to continue to deliver as it's currently doing? And again, I welcome this debate and I look forward to ilka other contributions, Presiding Officer. Thank you.